Hi there, I'm Debbie Sharp, and this month I'm going to be working on side-lying legs. I've picked 4 of the movements out of the Pilates side-lying leg series, but they cover the full function of the leg: flexion, extension, abduction, moving the leg away from the center line of the body, and adduction, moving it back into the center line of the body. Your focuses are going to be on your breathing. Don't hold your breath. On your core control, it's going to take probably about a 25 to a 75% core contraction to stabilize the torso and the pelvis against some of the leg movement. Think about every little bit of movement that your leg is doing. Don't just flop it up and flop it down. Really take the time to feel what's happening in the leg and the body as the leg moves in one direction and how it comes back through that range of motion. That creates an effective exercise for you. Now then, this all applies into leg strength in the saddle, because if we don't, we've worked on ankles, we've worked on feet, we've worked on balance, and now this is actually putting strength into the legs. So to start, and by the way, I'm only going to work one side with you because of time constraints. So at the end of this routine, you're going to start this video segment over or go to your notes and flip over to the other side. Okay, let's get started. Lying down on your side. Now then, it's really important. Most of the time, our bodies think that we're straight with the legs slightly in front. So if you have a mat, or if you have something you can line your body up against, move your legs to the back edge of the mat, leg over leg, hip over hip. Hip is on the back edge of the mat. Now I'm going to lie down, and so are my shoulders. Now you have options. You can lie with a straight arm, head down onto the arm, or bring the elbow bent. But what I don't want you to do is come up here like this. It's a lot of stress on the cervical spine and the neck, and you can see what it does to the spine. So it sort of diffuses the movement that you're trying to stabilize and do with the legs. So you're down here. Okay. This top arm can be used for balance a little bit here in front, or there'll be times I'll have you holding on to your hip to feel whether it's moving or not. So to start, balance the hand gently out in front, keep the shoulder away from the ear. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, engage the core, pulling up through the inner thighs, the pelvic floor, scooping the belly, and closing the ribs. Now one more thing. Lift your rib cage and move it back an inch. We tend to lie down with our ribs popped forward. Now you can get your core here, but your ribs are still lifted. So I like to physically lift them up and move them back. All right, deep breath in. Exhale, engage your core. Inhale, lift both legs. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift slowly, reaching out from the body with the legs. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Good. Exhale, lower. Feel how the hip may or may not really sort of want to pull in. Your abdominals, your core, are going to stabilize this movement, and then lower. Now this time, lift up and hold. Bring the legs to 45 degrees, which if you're on a mat will be just off the front edge of your mat. But 45 degrees is halfway between straight out from your body and straight in front of your body. Right out there. Ooh, the wind's picking up. We have a wonderful winter day today. Lift the leg to hip height, no higher. Keep your pelvis in neutral alignment and still. Kick forward, add a little pulse to that, and push back. Now the push back is going to be one that wants to get out of control. Your body's going to want to pull the pelvis forward to help move the leg further back. Don't let it. This is all about creating a tension against that extension. Now the flexion is actually a little hard for balance. Your body wants to sink back in the pelvis in the back to keep it from falling over one direction or another. Don't let it. Focus on the range you can do with control, and don't try to go beyond that because you're diffusing the move if you do. I'm just going to do a few more of these. In my notes I have 10 of each, but like I said, this is for instructional purposes, not necessarily to follow along. So when you've done one side, flip over, start the video again, and do the other side, And if you're not getting the repetitions, the full 10 repetitions, and you can do that, you can always stop the video and get the complete set. Now this time, hold the leg straight back behind you. So your bottom leg is out here at 45 degrees. Top leg is pushing out along the back edge of the mat. And I can drop my foot and find the back edge there. Now then, flex the foot or point. It doesn't matter. Whatever works best for you. But reach out of the hip to lift the leg. So focus on reaching out toward the wall to lift the leg, and it will lift towards the ceiling, reaching out and lowering down. Once again, feel the movement and feel where the top range is for you. Now I can rotate my leg out and get it way up here, but that really defeats the purpose. It's right here and then lower and lift up. If your hips will let you come down and touch the mat, that's fine too. And lower, good. Here we go, just about 3 more. Let's do 3 more. That's 2. And 1 more time, right here and lower. Now bring that top leg up across the bottom leg and take the bottom leg and move it to the back edge of the mat. So now your bottom leg is in a straight line coming out the top of your head down to your feet. Now then, this leg can be a problem if you don't have a lot of flexibility. So here's some little options. One is if you can bring this leg in here and keep this top hip forward, this is where you're going to be. If not, and some people just flexibility won't let them get here, so if that leg needs to be here, that's fine. Maybe you can stick your arm under it a little bit and just rest it on your arm. But I don't want you dropping it down here because that's going to pull the hip too far forward. So wherever you can be, that's where you're going to put this one. You're trying to get it out of the way, but keep hips stacked straight up over hip. Reach long with the bottom leg and lift it and lower it. Good. Lifting, reaching out and lowering down. Again, slow, controlled, feel the movement. And lift up. Good. And lower. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. I don't get really focused on breathing, except with my more advanced clients, because what I really want you to do is just not hold your breath. Not get so concerned about when you're supposed to be inhaling and when you're supposed to be exhaling that you stop breathing. But here it's just an exhale and an inhale. Now hold the leg up. Here's a little added bonus for you that are watching the video. This is not in your notes. So it's a circle. Circle the leg. Keep it lifted as high as you can. Circle it a little bit higher. And circle. Good. This works the inner thighs. This is a little inner thigh bonus. Now reverse the circle. And just circle smoothly, slowly, knowing where your leg is and knowing what it's doing. Super. Okay? Now then, sit up. Good. So we got flexion with the kick forward. We got extension with the kick back. We got abduction by lifting the top leg and lowering it. And we got adduction by lifting and lowering the bottom leg with the inner thigh. So that's the routine for today. Now a little stretch. This hip was on top. So take your bottom leg, straighten it. Take the top leg, the one you just worked on top, cross it over. Sit up nice and tall. Pull the knee in toward the chest and rotate out over the leg. You'll feel this wonderful little stretch right here. Deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Good. That's it for this month. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you didn't, I still hope you'll do these exercises. They're really good for you in the saddle. Building that really focused flexion extension, inner thigh, outer thigh work helps you, especially the inner thigh work in the saddle. So until next time, happy horse times. Don't forget to turn over to the other side.